felt a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
It felt like they were really struggling to get a lot done. The rounds that kind of leapt out to me were a couple of nice Deeg plays from guys like Hazard, but that was really the extent of it. Like it was just kind of a bit of a slow start here, right?
Yeah.
And versus the TYLOO now that have dropped on down into the lower bracket with elimination on the line, I don't think you're going to catch them sleeping. So yeah, you know, little concerning. But let's get into this one. Dust2 pick to LFOs, and they're set up already down here in lower tunnels, Hugo.
Yeah, I think that is the big detail with TYLOO. They've had a fire lit beneath them. They should not and would not expect to be the bottom team in this tournament, coming in as the favourites. So pressure's on right now for LFO. Climbing up the catwalk. Hazard's dead after one. He was that pop-off player back in the earlier series at least, but Savage will trade, keeping a 4-on-3. LFO setting up to take this A site. TYLOO have no one here. They're going to crunch middle. This is a big frag for APOC, and he gets it. So now LFO can commit. They know where both TYLOO players are, and they're just going to set up for the long post plant, you'd think.
Whoa! Oh, Leaky tries to cross, but they've gone through the smoke over on short. Buntetten slowly just running it down. It's all left onto Savage. Back of long, spots them both, knows where they are. They're on that defuse, and oh, he will finally connect it. Savage, oh, that's the round, and a 1v2. Able to lock it in. All right, that's more like it.
Very
Savage
scary.
going to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
That's going to get the man pumped up behind him as well.
That's good stuff. He struggled earlier in that game this morning, and you know, for LFO, especially considering that they were a fill-in team, right? They were like third in line to the throne. I imagine they're probably still experiencing El Clasico jet lag somewhat. You know, it's flying in very, very late in comparison to some of these other rosters. They just left Europe and they're already on the 26-hour return journey. But hey, they're here for a reason, trying to pump into this B bomb site slowly. Up close with the Deagle, and Summer has decimated two. He's found another. He knows he's on the boost. Leaky gets tagged up low and slowly running down. They hit him through the smoke. They now know he's here, but it doesn't matter when TYLOO flood in like this. Savage trades one, and Attacker has gone through the door smoke. This is a mess. This is a murder, and this is a force buy win for TYLOO. Even with the TK post round, Dankin wants all the glory.
Lovely double opener as well. I had a Summerman in the window. Like that was something special.
You know, peak Asian CS has never really been at the top of Tier 1, but, you know, for the players that have fielded there, for the players that have taken up sets against the world's best, the majority of them are TYLOO, right? Like, some of these guys have been kicking around for so long, despite, you know, many players in their region, you know, giving up by now with CSGO.
And I mean, let's just talk about it. Buntet back in this team, right? Obviously, like, huge talking point. Had his stint out in NA. Unfortunately, kind of just consistently got super lucky. He would go out to North America right as the entire region collapses in on itself.
You mean unlucky, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's not too lucky.
Did I say he was lucky?
Yeah, you said he was super lucky, actually.
Yeah, I meant super unlucky.
Yeah, he was even out in Europe as well, right? So this guy's, you know, the Mr. Worldwide, the Polish star, as some know him. But this guy's a real talent. I don't need to tell you that. If you know TYLOO, you know Buntet, and he knows what to do. Sitting back on long side, LFO looking for a mid pick now that the smoke has faded. Deagles trying to hunt them down and danking. Oh, it's a murder in middle. He's going to get 3 off the AUG, and just Sterling left up in a 1v3. You know, kills are nice here. Field some AWP money, get some damage, but TYLOO are closing the net.
Yeah, very, very clean. Well, you know, pretty damn clean. 3 still alive, and a lovely little mow down in mid from Danking, right? Love that with the AUG. Made it look so easy.
AUG meta back?
Question mark. I mean, you know, did it ever leave?
Yes, it did when it got nerfed. Still a good gun. Better than the Krieg. The old Craig. Ooh. Summer getting naughty and lower. There's only one man here, and he'll be able to get that info pretty quickly. The nade almost cut his vision out, but now he knows that B is clear. It must be long, he tells Attacker, and they come to attack him. He's got to sit behind the car. They're running him down. Surely they trade this attack. He gets 3-4 kills. The Glocks don't do anything, and TYLOO holds strong against the eco. Now we've got that delayed rifle round for LFO, all off the back of them losing to the Force on B. It's 3-1 before the AKs come out.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need to hit the ground running here, or else you might never get going at all. LFO lacking the AWP for Sterling. You would have loved to have had that.
Oh, they're late popping.
Trying to come out through the long doors already. There are a lot of bodies here for TYLOO. They are tripled up on the long side, ready to fight for this. And yeah, trades are going back and forth. That one from APOC, who has done the bulk of the trade work over here at long, reclaims this 2v2. Look at the aggro from slowly running out through middle. Will miss this little gap, right, as they cross back through T-spawn. But with Summer already spotting from CT, he knows that no one's made it up long yet.
This is so decisive, though. He still thinks he's got them boxed in at the long doors because they were so quick to leave, and that timing is fantastic for LFO. Smoke's going to give it away. They know at least one, if not both, are elsewhere, and now as Summer taking a risky deep peek, he's made the call, he's realized. Savage going to set APOC up to drop, plant the bomb. He is low after all. Savage is the round winner in this position. We need to see him convert it. TYLOO, this is only a bonus for them. They're going to flash the AK in. Sending the rifle up first. Summer sets up utility, and in come TYLOO.
Oh, it's an ugly flash. Savage was blind as well, but once again, it's APOC to lend a helping hand. And oh, there's Savage with the closer. Jiggle on the swing and takes the head off of him. Yeah, kind of a bit of a rough one there. There's absolutely no denying it that missed flash really does scuff the entire retake.
I mean, it's not even a missed flash. He says, I'm flashing window, and he took that literally into the window. It could have gone over. It could have gone over the wall. There were a lot better ways to do that. It literally hit his teammate. No surprise he got full blind. So, you know, if something we can always say about TYLOO is comms have always been the problem. The multilingual issue of this roster has never left us, it feels. They did have full Chinese players at one point, but now Bentet's back, and we always know what that means, you know, talking a bit of everything, really. So that's, yeah, it's not ideal for TYLOO, but important round for LFO to get on the board, as TYLOO could have, you know, run away with the early game if not. Got 4 players out long for LFO. TYLOO do have an AWP, it's up on Cat right now. Going to swap sides with Bentet, smoke off short instead, as APOC tries to sell this one in middle, keeping attention here, but it's still a pretty heavy A setup, and with no smokes going down, they're contacting attackers in a nice spot for a one and done. Oh.
Yeah, the flash is going to keep him off the angle. Attacker now swinging back out and reclaiming the 3-on-3, but one man's already made it up and past him. Right in towards the site is Leaky with this bomb on his back. Going to nail the shot. Starts to get a little bit awkward now. Flash is going through. Bentet playing the long game here. Tucked in at Gandalf, right? Waiting for that bomb to make it into the site before he plays his hand. Now they've seen him on this swing. Slowly starting to pressure up through CT. They're trying to chase Bentet down. What's just happened there? Leaky was looking entirely the wrong way.
He turned from the flash.
Yeah. That seems mental, though. You've got him trapped in a corner.
Even more mental that Bentet threw both flashes. It's not like, yeah, I'll flash and I'll peek. No, I'll just double flash and they'll never get room to breathe. That was amazing. That was so sick. Slowly chasing them down as well. Bentet definitely peaks early there. Like, he can wait for the plant, especially with slowly able to jump and, like, you know, do damage if it's not a cat plant, if it's not open to Bentet. But you feel like safe plant would be, and that would be the best plant for LFO given they don't have the info. Very strange round, but we're going to get a lot more of them. And Bentet somehow bails them out. 4-2, and Ecos are back in. Summer, he's hunting them in lower. Dan King helps from top mid. And, well, LFO, not much hope in this round. Just one Deagle on Leaky. Dan King's clean with it. Ooh. 5 alive round would be excellent for TYLOO to get this money under control early game. And it seems like that will be happening. Summer cleans up 5-2, 5 alive. And now another gun round with still no AWP. Hazza can drop it over. I hope we see it on T side.
So you talked a little bit about some of the communication woes with TYLOO, both you know, currently but also historically. Like, one of my favorite things to remember with this squad is there was a point in time where they had, you know, Bentet in, Peacemaker as the coach, and Bondic on the squad, which was like one of the better ones, you know, like that's...
Bondic's my favorite Chinese player.
Yeah, that's an awful lot of nationalities all in one team.
Well, that's a Peacemaker Classic. He's been to every region, it feels like, but... Yeah, very strange times. Oh, Hazza, he got out behind the smoke. He still doesn't know about that player tucked in along. Bentet, he's looking like he wants to check it, and he will. Flash comes in a little too late, or maybe the peak too early. You decide. Bentet dives back into the pit and does live. Summer's going to try and assist. Molly behind the blue bin. Smoke as well. Bentet will swing, and they're not even looking at him. They were not expecting a re-peak from Bentet. Leaky loves having his back turned against this man. 4-on-3 with still that blue bin player trapped. This is a very awkward position. Maybe they boost up. Sterling's also stuck himself in this corner. Got to go over. Very open. But oh, Summer's so ready for that boost. One step ahead.
Dude, and look at how many bodies are over here at long now. TYLOO have literally just abandoned every other avenue of the map. They've gone, look, they need to get this bomb back. They never even knew Bentet reposition. Why?
How did he even get out the pit? Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually insane, isn't it? And and so there's no getting out long. Not into that. Not into this kind of consistent. At a bare minimum, they're double leaning long. And in their most pressureful rounds, they're triple leaning long, which it's felt like has often been the case whenever LFO have tried to run these long takes.
It's gun rounds. Both 4 gun rounds, LFO have sped up long right in the early. So TYLOO have just gone, yeah, we'll just stack it. They know how important that position is, and they're winning rounds on long alone. So yeah, this is really constricting for LFO, especially like these rounds just suck. These rounds aren't fun for anyone but TYLOO, as now we just have Deagles, we have dualies on Sterling. Like, you've got to hit some bangers. That one smoke.
I love the way you say the word dual.
Dualies.
Because you say it like Stewie Griffin. That's how...
How am I supposed to say it?
No, I mean, I think you say it right. I think you say it right, Hugo.
Dualies.
Dualies.
Dual Berettas.
Dual.
Lois. Pass me the dualies.
I just say, like, dual.
Dual. Like, yeah, but you also, like...
What's up, mate? Yeah, mate, just having a
nice round from Bentet there. He gets a double or a triple, can't really remember. 1, 2, 3 frags. And, yeah, looking for some mid-duels now in the next gun round. Oh, that could have been it. That could have been the duel.
That could have been the opening duel. Couldn't it? Summer, gonna try and fight middle. The madman. Look at him go. He's down in low.
How?
And in the meantime, Danking with this AWP was willing to throw himself into the fight in top middle. It is just raw confidence out of TYLOO. They're so willing to fight you across the board. God, man, I forgot how much I do love watching this team. It's so good, isn't it?
It's so fun. It's a shame we've only got 4 matches, man. I want more. Give me more. Summer, he wants them all. And Bentet, Danking, everyone's here painting a pretty picture in middle. With the blood of LFO, it's only APOC. Oh no! Slowly he's crouched. Molly in the back and slowly swings. He still wins the fight. Even keeps 5 alive. We've got TYLOO maxing out money on the CT side of Dust2, and we are early in this game. It's incredible right now. And this was the fear, right? Not just for LFO starting slow, but for TYLOO, who really just should be making the major. They should be getting one of these 2 spots. There are 4 teams, they're the best in the region. Historically, they've got the best player to ever grace Asian Counter-Strike back in this team in Bentet. There's no excuses, Harry. And so this was always going to be hard for LFO. They're finding out.
Yeah. And dude, like that's one of the things, you know, like whenever you kind of see TYLOO up against like top tier opposition, the cracks kind of start to show. Yeah. And even though they're able to make it competitive sometimes, they've equally had themselves just get blown out the water, like, you know, in the kind of fashion that they're dealing to LFO now. But I don't know if LFO have that same ability to punish, you know, some of the aggressive moves. They really are just getting everything dictated to them here on Dust2. Like, you've never even really been in a position to go for what you want to try, to run your ideas, whatever Leaky's calling, you know, because you're getting fought from catwalk and from the mid doors every round.
Lower.
You're getting triple pushed at long. There's very little room and respect being given to you right now. So probably going to have to steal one of these sort of rounds away at some point if you wanted to try and earn that respect. But nothing has really leapt out at us. That's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, what's nice here is there's no AWP on that A site. TYLOO have actually gambled B after mid got taken. So if Leaky can try and sell something here and his team go up for this cat play, it's going to be down to just Summer. Leaky dies on a walk. That's the AWP call. LFO should go as soon as they can because now they know they don't have that car cross AWP. It's a very weak setup right now for TYLOO. This is a really good round for TYLOO to retake, even if LFO get in. But they can't be thinking about that yet. They just need the plant. They just need some guns to go with. And right now, TYLOO are getting antsy. It's awfully quiet here in the server.
Oh, the nade timing's good from Summer. Oh, sails past, actually, and Sterling opens up with the Deagle. Now crouching down, trying to dodge an AWP that might be posted here. There isn't one, right? As you kind of highlighted, Danking was leaning towards the B play. They're trading guns around inside of the site. LFO trying to set up to defend. You've got one over at long for TYLOO. The rest up cat and CT. It's a flash onto the catwalk, but only one kill for Slowly. This isn't as clean. This isn't as quick as you need it to be coming through. And LFO are in a good spot. Buntet and Dan King start to pull it back, and it's only Sterling now. Armed with the D. Oh, it's a bit of damage to Dan King. Just Buntet left to beat, left to find, and you can't get past this guy. TYLOO do manage to retake it. It comes down to that 1v1, but you've got a safe pair of hands in Buntet.
The final boss of Asian CS, and he stands up, Harry. He'll clear Gandalf this time. No flash going to keep him back. I love that double flash setup for TYLOO on catwalk when they're retaking. They throw two. They throw one from lower, which is a really nice jump throw lineup, and then they throw a really obvious one, which LFO turn from. They turn from the first, then the lower flash comes in. They get blind. Hazza still doubled up, man. They gave him the rifle. He is a big fragger. We know him for it, and he got two, but it wasn't enough to convert it. A few seconds left for TYLOO to win the round. All in all, a good eco, right? But we're at the point in the game where even you said it going into that round, LFO need to be winning like a round like this to force respect, to change the pace of this game, because TYLOO are looking unstoppable right now. Yeah, we spoke a bit to LFO at Pro League, and one thing they always said in the two maps they won, the insurance policy, according to APOC, was when he pops off, they win. And that was true. He popped off in the Fnatic map and the NIT map that they won. We need more out of him as well. 5 and 10 right now. TYLOO have settled back into a very safe round here, but it's more standard. They've got the AWP on the cross, so a cat take is going to be difficult if LFO want to repeat it.
The other saying was, we know nothing, but we expect everything. And I thought that one was pretty good. I thought that one was pretty keen.
Well, you got to expect everything against TYLOO, to be honest.
Yeah, I once saw this team throw the bomb out Mirage Apartments up against FaZe and then just leave. And I was like, okay.
Have the bomb, we'll take everything else. Like maybe in Asia that works out. Everyone panic rotates to be, we've got the bomb when you get all that space.
It was just, you know, like Windows Smoke standard. They just lobbed the bomb through it.
Yeah, have it.
Right, so down cat, out through long.
Yeah.
TYLOO, they've got 3 inside of this A site. Nice Buntet only good for 1 over towards Pit. So often he's been the multi-kill man. And King misses the shot. And so Hazza continues this. Well, it wasn't even him, but you know, still over towards the long side. They're running in. Summer joined by Slowly, over through short is bested, and now they know where the final man is. LFO, this is all the makings of a round. All they got to do is stop just one man over here at short.
This is nice. They can either 3-2-1 it, or they can peek off a Sterling shot. There's no way he's going to be given the chance, and Sterling bangs it as well. Hits 2 in that round, taking down Dan King on long, who held his fire while he was fully blind, and still missed the shot onto Hazza. That one hurt. I think if he goes 1 for 1 there, TYLOO will probably set up for a retake round, but instead, LFO break through in a buy round. It's about time. Can they do anything with it? It can't be a flash in the pan at this point on their map pick. The T side of it. And a very slow beginning, but 3 has been found. There's no breaking the money of TYLOO anytime soon either. It's not like they've been double AWPing. Their investments are pretty measured. Dan King fighting middle. And a triple long take again for TYLOO, just in case. Now they've got that control, they leave Summer there. Or attacker instead. It doesn't matter who you leave, just make sure you got it set up. Scared of a late long, maybe. LFO did that in their first gun round. For now, they're just running a default. Coming out lower. pressuring B. They force a reposition from Slowly. And they set up out mid.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a proper attempt at the mid to B, so they've got the util now to try and make this happen. They've lobbed one in early. They're going to see what the response is from TYLOO. And Dan King gets himself posted over in the window. Just holding middle, watching for a little swing out of LFO. And as the full util set now starts to go in, he knows this AWP is in the right place.
Oh, no.
Wrap from tunnels. Slowly couldn't actually see APOC as he goes over the smoke. And so that B bomb site starts to crumble. The defense looked good initially. That smoke for the one-way jump up comes back to punish TYLOO. And now they're left in a 3-on-3 retake. Now they do still have these flashes, a bit of utility, the incendiary, the nade. All of this can be used to try give you some sort of favorable early fight in the retake. They start to lob it all over, start to lob it in. No one was blind, and there wasn't even a peek on the back of the two flashes. Sterling's going to nail a shot, does burn out to the Molotov. Hazza wins his fight with the AK,
nice.
And then double swung right at the end. Savage alongside him.
Yeah, Savage gets them both as well. He's a little wider on the angle, so he saw a bit more, but that was perfect little team mow down there at the end of the round for LFO. Yeah, a bit of an, I don't want to even call it a mistake. It was a nice play for LFO to go through that dribble smoke and climb up for the B pick. You see how much it ruined that round. Not only did the AWP get caught out in the window, but then even Slowly, who trades it, tries to run back. He doesn't even get there in time. He doesn't get to safety. And so LFO get a 3-on-3 post-plant on B. Even then, it's close. But a round is a round, and they're breaking their way through, Harry. If they win this, TYLOO have no money for the last. Suddenly, we're looking at a 9-6. This is such an important round for LFO. They go back to a slow default. Again, you're never going to get much respect out of TYLOO. You've got to be careful, and that's a beautiful shot for Leaky. Opening up onto the man of the moment, man of the hour. Dan King, 15-8, dead first.
I mean, his death, you know, not just taking out one of the kind of score leaders for the opposition, but it's opened up a huge gap over on Catwalk. They don't know about it. Instead, they're exploding out middle, and Hazza caught between a rock and a hard place, just couldn't pick a target. APOC once again trying to use this smoke at the lip of tunnels, but had no business winning that, and he even dinked Sterling down to 3 points of health on that long push.
Oh dear, if he crosses, it's the round, Harry.
I mean, they saw the bomb, right? Yeah. They knew.
Oh dear, Attacker's going to win this entire thing. Sterling's caught with nades out, fiddling and diddling. It's APOC in a 1v2. Got to clutch it back. The nade will do nothing. Already crossed back to deep long as Attacker, waiting for Slowly to climb up Xbox. And APOC, time is not playing a favorable game for him. He's waiting for this kill, but it's rerouting long. Oh, shot from the pit. He doesn't seem to know that silencer lets him down, and the kills aren't coming. More Whittle as Attacker closes it. It's going to be TYLOO on 10. That was the breaking point. That was the money on the line. And what a monstrous play for Bentet. Almost crazy, right? Considering Hazza also really should have killed Slowly. It looked like he had him, but then he flicked back to CT spawn to kill the tunnels play, or kill the rotate rather. He was full health. Slowly was one shot. And then, like, even Bentet, who's heard running long, still wins his fight. And a follow-up dink.
And then dink
Insanity.
Yeah, no. That is an insane sequence from Bentet. That should never happen. Attacker should be screwed here, but somehow he's turned back around, dodging flashes, and is able to hold it down with a double. Now his Summer already tugged at the car. I don't think you expect that, even though...
He didn't need to. He didn't even need to. He just wants to fight.
He's given up the aim of the game, but still, he's good for the kills. The nades a bit more chip damage onto these two long players, and they can't locate him, not with this smoke down. They do have another Molotov, going to wait for that smoke to fade and then maybe look to flush him out into the open again.
They're just wasting time. Confirmed the AWP is still on the angle with that flash. Sterling trying to get a shot out. He gets whited again. They have double smoke for the cross, and Summer might get screwed here. Danky's going to be able to smoke him off if he wants. Is it there in time? Just about 5 health as his teammate lobs in the utility, and they have to shoot through the car. At this point, TYLOO are going to be ready to swing off of their teammate. The boost is up. Oh, it gets cancelled. Danky has to go back. He misses it. Sterling might just get peeked by Summer. Even if he gets one kill, that's amazing, but Leaky stops him. 2-on-2. They could reset, but they're committed. Double smoke for the cross. 40 seconds, Danking with a molly on ramp. Sterling getting chewed up and spat out, and this one's looking very difficult for LFO.
Yeah, it's grinded to such an awkward hole. Danking's going to break that silence with the orb in the sight. Leaky up and over, but I think he just got spotted. Up close, Danking's been dealt with, and now just slowly left to find. He knows about him. He knows he was CT bound. Tap on the bomb, hoping this baits a peak, but there's very little time. Slim margins, and there's Leaky with the clutch. A 1v2 to save the day there for LFO. Put another round on the board. That gets him up to 5 at the end of that first half. And just a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
A little bit to try and keep TYLOO at bay.
Leaky really saved his team in these last few rounds, right? After we started seeing LFO abandon long takes early and slower defaulting, it forced a bit more respect out of TYLOO, who, as we remember in the early game, were just running around the map. And then Leaky not only goes on to get that 5-on-4 kill onto Danking in the round prior, but then even the little clutch out on the A site to close the half. 5. You know, you take what you can get in a game like this, but TYLOO are still sitting pretty on this CT half. We're swapping over now. Going to see how T-sides fare for TYLOO. Always the question, I think, with this team. We saw it on Ancient earlier as well against IHC. They pulled a comeback on CT, but couldn't get there in OT. Quick cat smoke. They can run amok. Molly to stop a re-peek and Flash to get TYLOO out middle. Meanwhile, LFO, they don't care. They don't give a damn. They've already cleared B. They know what's going on. Will Savage get cleared?
Oh, it doesn't look like it. They kind of half-assed the check. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Savage. Savage has got the round in the palm of his hands. 3 kills. He needs to nail every single one.
Oh,
but
no.
It's ugly. Now they know about it. 1 for Savage, and that's the extent of it. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
Still fine. It's still salvageable. That bomb's in the open. They can't cross back and get it with double CTs holding on to it and this long flank that's no longer being held. It was for a moment. Apox called, he has timing.
Another chance.
His team are holding on. These shots can be the hardest to hit, but he will nail the first. Headshot follow-up. Good flick back for Attacker, but they're running him down in the 2-on-1. Attacker needs to nail these shots, and he can't reload off. How is he still alive? Not for long. LFO win it. I mean, for Savage, those are the hardest shots to hit in the game, I feel like. When they don't see you, when their hitboxes are all messed up.
Yeah, right, because you know, they're all looking away, they're all looking at the site. It's so hard to get headshots
and
in the back of the head.
longer you hold it,
that's what I was going to say,
right?
He's like trying to hold it for longer, so he's like, okay, I really want to nail this first shot, because as long as I get that, I can get more. And the longer he's waiting, the further away they get. They're disappearing into the sunset. Oh. Almost ugly. But Apox able to get it back under control.
This is the route to the comeback, right? Unless you get decode. Unless. There's not even armor in this round, Harry. They're running dry with Deegs and Glocks. Apox stops slowly, but they climb up Cat. This is where Leaky needs to have a clean round, and with a FAMAS, it's easier said than done. Deagles are devastating in the right hands, and TYLOO, they've got left and right hands. Get in. Oh, the messy spray does convert, but Bentek gets a pod. Flash out long, and Bentek actually finished the kill with a Glock. Leaky was low. Grabs a FAMAS as well. TYLOO are making something out of nothing.
Yeah. Summer, oh man, he's low. They need this kill. If he's able to win a fight here on this mid-wrap, that is a disaster. Oh, quick flick back round from APOC. Buntet now. Oh, they're running up on him. They're getting closer. And Hazard will clear him. Summer's just too far removed from the round. Never going to be given a chance to play into the 1v3. And so LFO do get it back under control eventually.
Can't say I wasn't scared, Harry. That would be a complete lie. It's good that Hazard doesn't commit to that mid fight, right? Even though Summer's low in mid, like he just runs away and joins his team for the retake. It forces that save at the end of things, and just means that LFO have numbers coming up the ramp for that retake round. Nice shots for APOC. Almost gets caught out in the open, and you know that round should have always been LFO's, but for a moment it was up for question. TYLOO scout on Danking. Quick long peek. That smoke misses, but slowly doesn't care. Sits in a molly. Gets that opener.
Oh, and they might have got the pick over towards long, but they are just full rotating around for a bit of a B lean here, hoping that that one kill onto Leaky is going to shuffle this defense around, maybe leave the B site weaker. It hasn't left it weaker, but what it has done is mean that there's no rotations. No! There are no rotates here. These B players have got to hold the line. Only just starting to move over now from A. APOC needs more, and it's only one for him. In the 2-on-3 like this, when you're so far removed, you are just going to save. And so TYLOO, lovely little decision to have made there, right? The immediate commit, like, similar to what we kind of saw from LFO, where they would have decisive calls like that, where they would have decisive moments. If you remember when they kind of slipped the net on the long flank and ended B, this was a similar one from TYLOO. It was so immediate. It was like, we get that opener at long, boom, right back into the tunnels, right back into a B play.
Especially considering they didn't actually have that long control while they get the kill, like they were mollied in the first place, slowly had to give it up. So it's a really nice way, while LFO are panicking and reflashing long and trying to get that info. You called it, as soon as they had the info, it didn't really matter. It was all down to the B hold, and awkward timing as APOC gets caught with a smoke out, and that smoke doesn't really do him any favors. It falls at the entrance to the tunnel. It lets him climb up. It lets him swing very wide. And yeah, has a 1-for-1. APOC, same story. A man down, that's not enough. TYLOO, big T-rifle round there to pick up in the third. And with a bit of save, you know, we can see LFO force something together, but as you can see, it's not pretty. Maybe something in middle. Oh, no, denied. Leaky shot through the door. APOC will commit.
All right, mate, let's go. APOC, yeah, this is ballsy, and I love it. There's one thing he's got in spades, it's balls.
Yeah. Okay. Gets out. That's nice. Player pushing as well. Oof. Oh. TYLOO out lower, ready for it. They don't fall for it. Okay, well, if we're all pushing, yeah, right? Let's all push. Yeah. You've tried it. I will succeed.
Well, you don't want to be the one guy that doesn't push and ends up saving, right? That always sucks. So, going to try and find these timings. Going to try and hit this little lower flank. And Savage, only good for one and done. No, he made noise. And now Dan King's on the angle, but a missed shot out of the AWP. Hazard's closing the gap. Still, more damage from the MP9. And now it's only Summer. This round might get stripped away from TYLOO after all. Molly onto the short side, hoping this forces the AWP away and gives him room, but he's getting wrapped through CT. APOC with the aggro is going to steal the round away. And LFO, they give TYLOO a taste of their own medicine there.
You know, it was the third push that did it, Harry. The third push was the one that won it, right? Not just Hazard getting the info that, all right, it is B. Savage gets a spot on A. He gets to drop off and go 1-for-1. And LFO knew where it was going. Once you know it's a commit, they can all lean back and wait for Hazard. He steps up big with a double, and APOC closes, denying the plant. So TYLOO don't even get bonus money. So it's a hero AK in this round. They rely on Attacker to crack open bomb sites. And leave a trail of weaponry in TYLOO's wake. We'll have to see if he can do it, though. No one's fighting middle this time. Similar to how TYLOO slowed down on the aggression once we hit, you know, mid-half. LFO have done the same in this round, knowing TYLOO's money is a bit cooked. Creeping out middle. And climbing up Cat. The only player here to stop this is Sterling right now. Leaky can come in on rotate and lob nades on Catwalk.
High flash, however, Sterling. These are the kind of moments where he does just need to, I was going to say, take as many down with him as he can, right? That is the ideal position for that AWP. And Dan King comes in swinging. If it's got a scope on it, he probably wants it. And so we enter this kind of little retake where everyone's trapped inside of the A site for TYLOO. It's very claustrophobic. Dan King with the deagle. 3 in the round, and he set Buntet up in the 1v2. Can the Deags do it for TYLOO? LFO are running him down, but the Deagles aren't missing a beat. Buntet, one more shot. Savage so low. Both players just a shot away. and Savage will get it over the line.
Oh, Bentet jumped. Why did he jump? He wanted to go on the ledge. One more bullet would have done it, Harry.
Clean with the Deagles.
Oh,
man.
so many nice shots. To think they bopped the orb.
What, mate, considering just where they were, like you're both essentially on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a terrace house inside of this A bomb site, man. You can't move anywhere, right? You're getting wrapped through ramp. They're just running at you. They're just running you down. And the Deags nail 4 shots like bwah, bwah, bwah. Like it was easy, like it was destined.
Frag movie moment.
That could have been incredible. That could have been like player of the tournament.
Not enough though. LFO win it out. Savage saves the day. It's another clutch from the young gun. LFO are pulling this game back, Harry. It's their map pick. And again, the T-side woes of TYLOO continue. Oh, DanKing's just left middle. He's going back to regroup on long right now. That gives space for Apoc's big flank. Summer's holding it. And they're going to try and let the AWP work. That means there's time. Apoc can't jump the gun. In 5-on-5, it's not always the best call to make the play when you're in this position. He can just hold that space. He might even double back if he likes if he seems convinced by the fact that it's A, and it is. He can set up with 4 players on this bomb site. Leaky's just holding a molly at B, and with that weird smoke, LFO are going to swing off the back of it. That's beautiful from Hazza. What a play. This smoke constricts TYLOO. Some in front, some behind, and Hazza takes everyone out. He's even dinked attacker on the cross. This is a mess. He's found a third. The bomb's tumbling into the spawn, and now Hazza just sits on it like a chicken on an egg. And, well, TYLOO are getting cracked open this round. 1v5 for DanKing, and as long as they don't overface, this is LFO's gift wrapped and ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, just looking for damage. Just looking to take a couple of bodies out of the round with you. They're wrapping him through the long doors.
Oh. Nice shot. Maybe throw the AWP out, honestly.
He's so quick, but yeah, you're never gonna win this one versus Leaky.
Kill him after time. 3 seconds. Leaky, can he wait? Can he be patient? Jump the corner, perhaps? Shadow! Oh! No thanks. Worthwhile for DanKing.
He's
3
so
kills.
Quick.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
Oh. 3 kills, that's big. 1v5.
Dude, and like it started in such a gnarly way. Like he just catches a dude like jumping kind of midway down long with a little flick.
That was a super cool way for LFO to re-peek long without facing 5 players and the pit headshot angle AWP. Like, you're safe from an AWP. The AWP is going to be plat or pit. He's never going to be close, and that lets Hazard just unleash hell on long for TYLOO. Only sees 1 player, but kills way more than that. Sick round out of Hazard. He has had a great day today. He was the only, I think, positive player in that Renegades game for LFO. And right now he's trying to pull it back against TYLOO. Couple of clutches out of Savage. Some big entries from Leaky in the T side. Sterling has been a bit quieter, but we've seen the D shots he's been on the other end of. It's not been fun. We're back into another gunny for LFO. TYLOO just sitting in this AWP. They've got to put it to good use. Leaky. Molly bounces behind blue. Smoke is good. DanKing right shots, but nothing connects. LFO get that long control. It's a big piece of the pie. Sterling's committed close B. Let's hope these Deagles don't do what they do best for TYLOO and ruin his round.
That race smoke's problematic, right? Now you're going to be left waiting for a long old while. And during all of this, you don't really know if any other real estate's being taken by LFO. How we see Summer kind of working this mid-control, right? Trying to give the illusion that, guys, we're not all sat in tunnels right now. We have objectives. We're taking middle. When in reality, they are all sat in tunnels this round. Now going to look to try and go. Flashes in. Smokes to follow. Back to the site is Sterling. Timing with that peek on the AWP. It was a collateral, but only 1 kill from it. A tag onto Buntet brings him down low. Out through the window is Apoc. Finishing off the kill that Sterling started with the collat. It's a 3-on-3. Guns have been retrieved slowly on the A1S. DanKing still with that AWP. Sat back in tunnels. Trying to make it work, trying to make that save worthwhile.
They're just trying to get the spot, but now Danking's back on the angle. He was holding flank. Everyone was holding flank. LFO have to go if they want to give it a try, and they've traded one, but it's not enough. Attacker shuts it down in the middle of the bomb site, and TYLOO with an eco. That was super awkward, man. Sterling had a good window to get a collat there. I can't believe it's only 1 kill and damage on the second. That's enough temptation for LFO to retake if he gets 2 kills. And all of that window where APOC could have gotten out into the B bomb site, the second he does, Danking stops watching the flank and goes back to help his team. So LFO left that way too late for a retake, and TYLOO find an eco win with 1 gun. Big round out of them. Top mid push again for APOC. It worked last time, but this is what I mean. If you always activate in the 5-on-5, TYLOO are going to be holding their default for you. APOC's given a second chance. Might throw over that Famous, but it doesn't really matter. This is a very broken buy for LFO. Double Famous, triple Deeg. This is TYLOO poised to not only get 13, but force eco. And look at how spread they are. They're pretending it's a long play, but they're still holding B tunnels. Wherever the success comes is where the bomb will follow. And LFO, they're getting faked out so hard right now. They're 4A. If Soli even gets 1 kill, TYLOO win the round on B. But that is huge. Now LFO can be convinced that this is clean, and Hazza has no idea, but they're walking in.
Dude, his Deagle, though, it's been a bit of a thing of legends, right? Hazza so often good with this Deagle for a couple. There's the first, now getting run down through the tunnels. Nice. It is only 1 from the Deeg. Sterling dinks Danking down to 1. And now tries to spam him out. Nothing connects. Danking just waits. Stuck in a state of pause. They run in, but they don't get him. He's 1 health, and the Famous has whiffed it. Oh, no. Oh, dear. This was a 4-on-3. They gambled it all on trying to deny that bomb plant. The plant still came in, and now it's even odds. This is really weird, man. Danking, if he's able to even get a kill in this post plant, that's huge. And this is a lineup for Buntet. The smoke's going to fade. He lines up a double, and it's only Leaky left. Yeah, he's got an AK, but he's 1v3. He's all alone.
Oh, he's sneaking in for kills, but this won't change the outcome. Kills are nice, but the round goes for TYLOO, and Buntet will survive on the car. He almost cleans him up on the hunt. Even so, 13 rounds for TYLOO. Yeah, it's messy. Yeah, it's not clean, but it is a round. LFO, they may have stopped that long fake,
dude,
but
it's insane. Like, TYLOO shouldn't have won that. Yeah. They shouldn't have won that.
It's all Summer, man. If Summer doesn't hit that instant headshot onto the FAMAS coming out window, that bomb's dropped, and the rest of LFO run in while TYLOO aren't ready. Instead, they get a chance to set up post plants, and this AWP has been so good at hitting cross shots. Even tags are enough at this point. Player ducks into lower. I think that was spotted, though, so TYLOO have got to be very aware of this potential they're holding safe. Leaky, this is the 1 gun. It's in no man's land right now. It's deep in the trenches. And so if it dies with nothing, TYLOO will not let you pick it back up. Maybe Sterling can die for the gun. That would be even better. They try to hunt it down, and that's a nice shot. Leaky doubles up off the spray. Now there's guns to be gifted. They even push up the tunnels. TYLOO can try and evade. They can run away, but Savage pushes long, and that's awkward. TYLOO was setting up to leave after they lost that tunnels control. If Savage tucks in, 1-for-1's a chance there instead. This P2K is not in a good position. APOC, low health. Can't do anything here, really. Maybe boost his team up. That could be something with an AK in position. TYLOO can't get comfortable yet.
Yeah, they're going to throw the boost in. Oh, it's planted safe. This boost can't spot it. Buntet only faking it the first time around. An attacker now tucked at the car as these smokes dissipate. Leaky in with another 3 in the round right now. That hero AK doing it all for LFO, leading by example. Slowly is dead. Leaky is on for the ace, and it's only Danking left to get past. The first shot's missed. They're on the bomb. They're sticking it. They might not have kits, but Danking can't do a thing. And Leaky, an ace to get the round for LFO.
Wow.
The hero AK stands and delivers. It starts with the double in lower tunnels, and it comes full circle in the retake over on A.
4 USP and 5 kills on that 1 saved rifle. My God, is it worth it for LFO? You don't see that every day. As winnable as those rounds are, for every kill to come from Leaky, and he's stone cold, we get a smile out of him at the end. And you've got to after a round like that. That's going to rejuvenate LFO. TYLOO, T-side problems continue, and slowly he's running blind right out long. Leaky starts off. Danking looking for the B pick. Maybe there's a chance here, but Hazza hides behind the molly, and he's seen him back. Danking doesn't know. That smoke comes down. Zaka runs through, and it's a nice save on the spray, maybe even more. Oh my god, 2 kills. Ambentet on 10 health, grabbing the orb. Desperation for TYLOO right now. This was a 10-5. And right now, LFO are pulling it back. I can't believe what we're seeing.
You've got to be impressed, man. Like, because yeah, I really think guys like Buntek, guys like Danking are kind of really giving this all they've got to try and get TYLOO over the finish line, and yet still LFO have kept it competitive throughout. Right, they're resilient as hell in this one. Savage has even like learned his lesson from the long push of the round prior. Right, that was like the one moment where maybe it could have spiraled out of control. Maybe that could have been the kill that comes back to haunt you. And now he's like, okay, I'm going to be a lot more measured over here at long. I'm not going to give them, you know, because it's happened a lot. Whenever you've tried to go for this long push, there's often just been a dude kind of floating around T-spawn, floating around to hold for exactly that. Because it does just open up so much in rounds like this where, you know, your B entries really don't go according to plan. Make no mistake, though, this one is just a save. Bentet holding onto the AWP, and Sam are getting out as well.
Awkward thing about the save is it's not like TYLOO can do anything with it next round. They have to eco on the other players. That, you know, you could... Oh, wait a second. Don't you dare, Leaky. Don't you do it. Summer. Oh, not cleared in the corner. When he watches that demo back, he'll be...
Dude, he was so close to discovering it. Like, there was like 2 pixels worth of difference.
Okay, well, regardless, it doesn't matter too much because this is, if you know TYLOO buy around this, it's only going to dig their grave deeper. Whereas if they eco, it's going to offset their money. It's lose-lose right now for TYLOO, and so yeah, some investment that actually, you know, just drop over some nades and stuff and set Summer up. So they bought up. Oh my goodness, that is sickening. Danking's been so on it today with these cross shots. Deagle, AWP, AUG, he's done it all. That is one hell of a way to open up a round like this. We've already seen Leaky win a round solo with an AK. TYLOO have got more than that. More than enough reason to try and break LFO back in this round. Oh, they're faking it. It's an A-pop.
They've got one smoke, one flash to try and get out on the short side, right? You can drop the one that kind of like falls just here for the cross smoke, right? But that's not going to carry too much impact for Leaky inside of the site. That's more to try and cut off like the AWP angle of someone like Sterling, who you're worried about is over towards Car. He's not, obviously. So as Leaky drops a smoke of his own, plays around it. They start to creep in. Danking won't have an angle from short with this AWP. Leaky doing a good job of shutting down all these angles and making it so easy for himself. He's just got a little choke point to hold as opposed to worrying about all of short. He will finally get bested by the Deagle of Buntet. However, Savage is swinging quick from the long rotation, and it's all left onto this AWP. 20 seconds for Danking. Probably just wants to hold on to it.
Yeah. Probably your best play. Bombs on the site. You don't know where anyone really is apart from Spawn and the ramp player who's pushing in right now. Savage wants a kill at the end, and he might find it if Danking goes a bit too high over the lip of the stairs. Oh my goodness, don't want to die after time here, and so LFO will give him the respect. TYLOO stuck on 13. This game is getting pulled back 3 in a row for LFO. More, you know, rounds with plenty of players surviving to build up that cash. TYLOO were in the same position on their CT side. Their economy seemed unbreakable. Now LFO are reaching the same spot, but it's map point coming up soon. Oh my goodness, TYLOO. Do they have anything for us? It almost feels predictable at this point, but they need to pop long. They need to go back to that A site. You know, B crunches have looked all right for TYLOO, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's also kind of similar problems to what we saw in their first series. It's like going a man up doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
Like, Danking hits that shot, and don't get me wrong, I know you have like a really mishmash buy around it, but that's not the first time you've taken these man advantages and still had the round fall apart. You know, it always gets a little bit concerning. We saw that be a big problem with 0-0 Nation as well. They literally had like a 50-50 fast B play. In they go. Hazard in the window, deals with the first man in, and it's even going to follow up as he's flashed in by his teammates. APOC helping out from the double doors.
Oh, they get the gun. That's big. I mean, you know, man down, full util, but these are still winnable for TYLOO. They've done it before. This time there's a flank on the tunnels. That's going to constrict Danking. He won the round from this position last time, but he's got to care his flank. How late will APOC activate is the question. While the util reigns in to keep TYLOO honest. Danking hunts for the kills. He's going to get caught. There's a smoke in the tunnels right now, but APOC has to run through it. Summer blinded, hits his shot. The flank is denied, and Danking does it. They've closed the round in a 3-on-4 post plant on B. These retakes are not working on this bomb site. LFO seemingly did all they could. Hazard doubles up in window before trying to concede. But instead, it's the round that's given up. TYLOO get 14 first, and it's this mishmash buy that does it.
Dude,
My God.
It's insane. Like, just as we're saying, like, yeah, they're struggling to convert 5-on-4s. Oh, well, what about a 3-on-4 with, like, a cobbled together buy, having a scavenge gun? So, yeah, we can do that one.
Danking.
And, dude, I mean, Danking has been such a driving force of all of it. He really has.
Yeah.
Guy just tries to watch every conceivable angle in one motion. And, I mean, this round is such a good example of that. He's fighting you at long doors. Now he's coming back to deal with the mid push. He's holding long again. Now could get timing.
Oh, what a
smoke.
play.
It's nothing more than a big ruse. Savage goes running to his death, and as they're pushing all across the map, it's only digging the hole deeper. It's only digging their own grave for LFO. Sterling 1 versus 4, and where do you even begin? You don't even know where TYLOO are going with this one.
No, they're all over the map, pushing smokes, faking out flanks. I mean, this has just been mental for TYLOO. Nice. Sterling with a chance, but denied quickly by Slowly. Does not let that round get out of control. I can't believe what Danking just gave us. Picks long. Leaky peeks before that smoke blooms, goes back to trade APOC, and then fakes that he's left. Savage walks through the smoke. Danking was ready before Sterling had, before Savage had even made up his mind that he wanted to do that. That's got to feel good. It's the Danking show today, and on the other side, Sterling Zorp has just not really been in the right places.
They're even trying to nerf him. They're like full whiting him in Spawn. Like, mate, you can't keep doing it. You can't keep doing this to them, Danking.
A game like this gets really hard for Sterling as well, because it's not, you know, the majority of his CT rounds are retaking B with no op. Yikes. Getting 1D'd on Cat takes. Yikes. TYLOO haven't been taking long, really. They get a pick sometimes. Like, that's all they've done on long. They get a kill with the orb, and then they leave. Like, Slowly or Danking gets the A opener, and they go back B. So, Sterling's not really had opportunities to pop off with the orb. You know, Danking's just been making rounds happen on his own.
Yeah, and it helps, like, when the mid-cross shot is like a 50-50 to you. Like, it's just insane.
Oh, dear. Savage. I mean... Yeah, it's fine to go for this on this round, but like you can't go through the door again. TYLOO's defaults have actually been netting a lot ever since they slowed it down in the mid round. LFO tainted by a couple of aggressive CT rounds that worked out, and that's dug them a grave, hasn't it? 15-13, broken force buy for LFO. Their map pick, and TYLOO. This is the best chance you're going to get at closing it.
Smokes down for the short exec. Sterling hears them. He knows what's happening, but is that going to make dealing with it any easier? In long, Savage finally wins a fight here, so he's still going to play into this one in the retake. They have lost control of the site, and Sterling is dead on his attempt at the swing. Up through CT is Leaky, trying to save the day. It was him who aced with a hero gun to keep LFO in this. Well, now he's got to come in big once more. And, he's up to the task. Double up for Leaky. Buntet's out on an island, swinging the short side, and Leaky's going to deal with him. Makes the FAMAS look so clean. And LFO are not ready to give up yet. Spearheaded by Leaky. And now, you know, kind of supporting car starting to appear. Savage finally winning that engagement along. It felt like everything kind of took a right turn for a little while there after the site was conceded.
Exactly. If Savage doesn't get that kill, Leaky can't do what he does, right? This position is fully open to attackers lurk. So Savage had to win that in order for Leaky to go on and get 3 kills. And ever since he aced with that AK, Harry, Leaky has just been looking like a different player entirely. Oh my god, LFO trying to make this OT after all. Felt like that was it. You felt like it was done. Cross shot does connect. Again. Poor APOC. He's getting bullied in middle right now. You've got to be smoking it, right, at this point. It's too late now to think about. Once we hit OT...
I'm not going mid anymore. I'm not going...
Yeah, guys, I'm just going to play spawn. If we hit OT, they have to smoke mid. It's actually despicable how quick Danking is. Double KD right now.
It is ridiculous.
Dude, TYLOO on B, Harry? TYLOO on B? This might be the game. They are so good at converting B rounds. It's only Hazza here. It feels like even when Hazza gets 2 on the B hold, TYLOO still win it. Oh dear. Don't let Danking get more. TYLOO giving him so much room to work.
Yeah, I think Leaky's actually done well here, right? He didn't overextend, he didn't throw anything away into the jaws of that orb, but they're scrambling rotations. They've at least bested slowly in middle, and they learn that the orb's here as well. Now they're going to try and move up through Catwalk, I'm assuming, for TYLOO, into the A play. They just heard so many players moving over to that B bomb site. They know that the A side is under-defended. They've dispatched Buntet to go and worry about Long, to go and deal with Leaky. Now, if he wins this fight, we saw the impact that this engagement can have in that retake. You know, you've already lost A. There's no fighting to deny a plant here. So you need Leaky. You need him to hold his nerve.
They've planted for Buntet to win the round.
Buntet's calling his bluff as well, right? Trying to say, no, I'm not here. There's nobody Long. You've got to get a retake on, mate. You're the one on the clock. And so Leaky now starts to not consider it and is shot in the back. This could be it. It's all falling apart. TYLOO, 1 kill away. Sterling's doing everything he can, but it's not enough. And Danking's there with the closer. The AWPers clash for this one to come to a pretty abrupt close, and it's TYLOO going a map up in this series.
Despite all of their T-side troubles, what an incredible call at the end of that game, right? To fake out B, to know how antsy and jumpy that those CTs were going to be and running back over. We saw even Savage got that mid-cross, they're triple B. TYLOO don't even have A control. They don't have Long, they don't have